Hi there, it's Simone. Today I would like to share my very first journal process in my Hobonichi Cousin. I am drinking homemade cold brew with milk. Um, and if you have never made cold brew before, I grind my beans on the French press, like the coarsest setting, and then I use I looked it up online. It said like 1 pound, you need so many fluent ounces of water. And so I just halved that. And this is the amount of water I use with half a pound of coffee. And then I let it sit for 20 hours. And then I filter it through normal coffee filters that you would use if you had, like, if you cooked water and then filtered it, the paper filters, just the regular ones. And then that brew is strong, so it needs to be diluted with water. And I diluted with water and milk and then add ice, and I really love it. So, what am I actually doing here? I am using my Hobonichi Cousin as a planner and a journal at the same time. That means that I usually start with my to-do list and my schedule in the morning or the day before. And then as the day go by, the one day goes by and the days go by, I add in journaling. Ideally, it would be on the same day, and not ideally, I'll just add journaling later. And that's exactly what happened here. I had a change in my work schedule. I usually, like before, I usually worked early mornings till about 10:30ish, 11, and then the rest of the day I was off. I'm a barista, and I was an opener. So I would go there and help set up the store, open up the store, and then whatever needed to be done, I was there to do. Now I changed my schedule to be a closer, and not only did my work hours change, so I'm working later in the day and staying later in the day. I also need to learn how to close the store. Even though it's the same kind of job, it still has other expectations. You need to do other things. You need to know when you do what so that you get out of the store fast enough. And that was last week that I did 4 closing shifts right after the other. And there comes Jelly plopping himself right there and looking at all the things that I'm doing. This is one of our 3 kittens that we fostered in May and decided to keep in July. And those have been real lifesavers during the social distancing. They are a new addition to our family. Yeah, so that was what I'm trying to say is that my hours changed and the way what I'm supposed to do at work changed. So that was very exhausting. At like 2 things helped to so that I was just done by the time I got home. And so I would just use it as a to-do list, and I didn't really do a lot um, last week because it just didn't happen. I just didn't have any energy. And so I decided I would go in and add some pretty embellishments and maybe letter a quote or something to fill the pages. I am not really like, I wouldn't be upset if I didn't fill a page all the way up. I'm trying to actually let that happen because for some reason, ever since I started this, I really enjoy filling up the pages and I really like how they look. I also like the look of not completely filled pages, but I have a harder time making them look appealing to my eye. And then he just plopped himself right onto my laptop and stopped the video that I was watching. So I just had to show you. Yeah, so I'm trying to be more comfortable with white space. I'm not completely stickering it up. I use different kinds of hand lettering. I write something, I add a little sticker here and there. It's not completely full with stickers. That's not what I mean with being comfortable with white spaces, but just being okay when a page isn't completely filled. Yeah, so I decided good opportunity to do that right now. And so I had this brown paper bag and I just ripped a piece apart and glued it at the bottom, and then I kind of made this cascading embellishment cluster that I started from that. There was this square washi square, yeah, that I had already put there, and I just started from there and just looked for things that would work with the colors. Things don't really have to make sense to me. Sometimes they do. Most of the time they don't. But they need to go together in some way. So sometimes the topic is the connecting piece, sometimes the colors. I feel like it's the colors that connect the pieces. And then I looked for a quote. I often save quotes and interesting things on Instagram, and that's where I looked, but I didn't have anything that was really quite short because I thought I wouldn't be able to write lots of words, especially not with this brush. This is my new expensive Escoda Versatile travel brush, because I thought I had lost my other one, the one that I really love writing with. It's a cheap one from my local art store, localish art store, and I thought I had lost it, and so I needed a replacement, and I went all out and got an Escoda brush. However, the bristles are very, very soft, and if you know anything about hand lettering, then the softer the tip of the writing instrument, the harder it is to get a decent looking handwriting with it. It needs more practice, and I am not a friend of practicing, and so I have a hard time using this brush. I am trying to master it. I am trying to use it, even though I have found my lost brush, which I'm very happy about. But it is not something that I enjoy at the moment. I really have to concentrate very hard in order to get a differentiation between the strokes, between the upstrokes and the downstrokes, and it was really easy with my number 3 Simply Simmons round brush. It didn't cost the world, and if you are in the Bay Area, I got it at Palace Arts in Santa Cruz, which is for me, I haven't really explored any other art stores close to me, but this one is my go-to. So not every time, because we really love going to Santa Cruz, but when I want to purchase art supplies, I make sure that I go there because I just enjoy their selection. It's affordable and top of the notch brands as well. So you actually can touch the things that you see on YouTube. And then I decided, instead of writing a quote on the next page, I just would write out what we did that day, which is we let our kittens sleep outside of their playpen for the very first time. They do not enjoy going in there at night anymore. It's really hard getting all 3 of them into the playpen, and so we decided, since I didn't have work Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, which is today, we decided this would be a good time to test if they are ready to stay outside. And they're actually pretty behaving pretty well. So that was it. That was my journaling session. I really enjoyed doing this, and I hope to be able to film along more often. Since I usually work on my Hobonichi throughout the day, it's harder for me to film along. But when I have the chance, I will definitely do it again. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you soon. Until then, bye.